If you are holding off on buying a small tablet right now, or if you felt like the previous generation skipped out on the upgrades that actually matter, you need to stop scrolling and listen very closely to what is about to happen in the tech world. Apple is quietly preparing a device that is going to completely rewrite the rules of what a compact tablet can do, and the leaks coming straight out of the supply chain indicate that the upcoming iPad Mini 8 is not going to be just another routine spec bump. We are looking at a monumental shift, a generational leap that fixes every single complaint people have had about small form factor devices for years. For the longest time, fans of the mini tablet form factor have had to compromise. You wanted portability, so you bought a mini, but you had to live with compromises in display tech, thermal throttling during heavy tasks, and screens that suffered from visual quirks like jelly scrolling. But everything changes with this upcoming release. Supply chain whispers, internal manufacturing logs, and deep industry reports have blown the lid off Apple's master plan for the hardware lineup, and the details are genuinely jaw-dropping. If you care about raw performance, absolute visual perfection, and futuristic hardware engineering packaged into something that slips easily into a jacket pocket, this is the exact device you have been waiting for. Let us address the elephant in the room first because it is the upgrade everyone is screaming about: the display. For years, Apple kept the Mini line anchored to traditional LCD technology while the iPad Pro and high-end iPhones transitioned to the glory of OLED. That era of waiting is officially coming to an end. Insider reports from major display analysts confirm that Apple is bringing an OLED panel to the upcoming compact tablet. What does this mean for your daily viewing experience? It means absolute, pitch-black dark levels, infinite contrast ratios, and colors that literally pop off the glass with a level of vibrancy that LCD panels could never dream of achieving. When you are watching movies, editing high-res photos, or reading in a darkroom, the difference will night and day blow your mind. More importantly, the shift to flexible OLED technology allows Apple to solve one of the most annoying physical quirks of the previous generation. By utilizing advanced panel architecture, engineers are shaving down the surrounding bezels, allowing the screen estate to expand slightly, moving from the traditional 8.3 inches up to roughly 8.5 or even 8.7 inches, all without making the physical footprint of the tablet any larger. You get more screen in the exact same compact, pocketable chassis. And yes, display experts indicate that this structural redesign finally puts an end to the dreaded jelly scrolling effect that bothered so many users on portrait-oriented LCD models, giving you a smooth, uniform visual refresh across the entire glass. But a stunning screen is only half the story, because what is packed underneath that glass is where things transition from impressive to completely absurd. According to leaks originating from internal developer builds and hardware testing schedules, Apple is dropping a powerhouse processor into this tiny chassis, the A19 Pro. Let that sink in for a moment. We are talking about the exact same tier of silicon architecture designed to handle the heaviest workloads on flagship mobile devices, brought down into a form factor that fits in your hands. Performance benchmarks and architectural expectations point to a massive performance leap. We are looking at drastic improvements in multi-core processing speeds, alongside a graphics processing unit engineered to support advanced hardware-accelerated ray tracing. If you are into mobile gaming, this changes everything. Console-quality titles that previously required massive cooling setups or heavy pro hardware will run natively on your Mini, rendering complex lighting, shadows, and reflections with fluid frame rates. Frame rate jumps of up to nearly 70% compared to older generations mean that heavy multitasking, high bitrate video rendering, and intensive creative workflows will happen instantly without stutter. Furthermore, this immense computational muscle is a strict necessity for what comes next. Apple's heavy push into on-device artificial intelligence features ranging from advanced contextual assistance and automated writing tools to complex local image generation demands serious neural processing power. Paired with massive memory upgrades rumored to sit comfortably at higher tiers for seamless background task management, this tiny device will handle heavy AI workloads entirely on-device without breaking a sweat. You are essentially getting workstation-class capability in a device that weighs less than a paperback book. Now, let us talk about the ruggedness and structural engineering because recent supply chain leaks have revealed something completely unprecedented for the tablet market. According to reports coming straight out of supply chain tracking, Apple is engineering a significantly more water-resistant chassis for this upcoming generation. Historically, no iPad in history has ever carried an official formal water resistance ingress protection rating. Phones have had it for years, but tablets have always been vulnerable to accidental spills, outdoor moisture, and unexpected downpours. The new model is rumored to change that completely by introducing robust sealing around ports and internal components, aiming for high-grade environmental protection. Think about what that unlocks for everyday use. Whether you are using your device outdoors for navigation, reading by the pool, working in demanding environment settings, or traveling through unpredictable weather, you no longer have to live in constant fear of a stray splash ruining your investment. To achieve this level of environmental sealing while keeping the device exceptionally thin, Apple is reportedly rethinking how audio is delivered. Traditional speaker grills, which act as open vents for dust and water to sneak inside, are being heavily redesigned. Industry whispers point toward innovative vibration and haptic-based acoustic technology that utilizes the structural housing itself as an audio membrane, driving immersive, consistent sound without relying on traditional open speaker holes. It is a futuristic approach to hardware engineering that proves Apple is willing to completely reinvent internal layouts to make the device more durable. When you look at connectivity, the device is built to stay ahead of the curve. Alongside standard reliable USB-C architecture capable of blazing fast data transfer speeds, leaks indicate the inclusion of next-generation wireless protocols ensuring hyper-fast data throughput, incredibly low latency, and rock-solid peripheral connections. Whether you are syncing massive video files, streaming high-definition content over wireless networks, or connecting high-end audio accessories, the connection pipeline will be completely bottleneck-free. Naturally, a generational leap of this magnitude brings up the biggest question on everyone's mind: what is this going to cost, and when can you actually get your hands on it? Manufacturing logistics and component procurement reports indicate that mass production cycles are lining up for an anticipated late-year release window, with industry analysts pointing firmly toward a major hardware showcase in the autumn months. While Apple has kept official announcements under wraps as they traditionally do, the convergence of multiple independent supply chain leaks points directly to a major market launch before the holiday season. As for pricing, industry experts suggest that the inclusion of expensive premium components like a custom OLED panel and the A19 Pro chip will likely shift the baseline price slightly higher than previous generations, with estimates pointing toward a modest adjustment to account for the massive hardware overhaul. However, considering that storage tiers are expected to start at generous capacities right out of the box, the value proposition for a device that packs this much raw power, unmatched display fidelity, and structural durability remains exceptionally high.